Hey there, StarCraft fans. It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be SHIN and Stats from GSL Season 1 2024. Stats is back, everybody. He is in the round of 8. He got past the round of 16 by defeating Dark, and in the top right it's going to be Stats. And in the top left of Ghost River, it's going to be SHIN. Wow, so this is a pretty early probe. He's going to go ahead and try to block the hatch here from SHIN. Overlord says, "Hello, Mr. Probe. People have been doing this to me so long. I'm used to it. I am used to getting hatch blocked on maps where the rush distance is short enough, but... hey, throw down a hatch here. Nope. Nope, indeed. This drone has other plans. Scouting? Or maybe a proxy hatch against stats? He's trying to make it seem like he wants to get a hatch down here in his natural. Fighting the probe. Zap. Not zap. Chow. Oh, throwing down a pylon and throwing down a proxy hatch inside the natural base, but Stats' natural base, not his own. Alright, so pulling off 4 probes. Chrono boosting out a zealot once you can. Yep, Stats knows how many probes it takes to make sure this never gets up. SHIN, come on, man. Cheesing Stats. Yeah, chrono boosting out this zealot. This probe left their zapping duties to throw down a cybernetics core and then right back on zapping duty. The animation of StarCraft 2, man. It is timeless. Zap, 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 zap. Shaw, shaw. Do you see how there are little blurred motion lines for the zealot's attack? Somebody programmed that. Most players don't zoom in this much to see, but it's there. Anyway, yeah, just expertly done there, Stats. Alright. The drone says, alright, I'm just going to do a quick scout here. Double gas. I delayed your nexus. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. Alright, so we got a hatchery coming up at the 3rd base here from SHIN. He's supply blocked. How the heck is he supply blocked? Is there an overlord? Nope. Okay, I don't know how the heck he was supply blocked other than maybe an extractor trick. Gosh, are you... No. No! Do not throw down another proxy hatch. Don't do it. He's trying to make... There we go. Trying to make Stats think he will. The adept kills the drone. I just don't know why. I don't understand. Look, man, it's Stats. You're not going to cheese him to death. You're not going to do it. Of all the Protoss players in all of the known universe, Stats is not the guy you can cheese as a Zerg player and beat him. I'm sorry. It's not happening, SHIN. A.k.a. Ragnarok, formerly known as Ragnarok. So we did delay the 2nd base here from Stats. That's cool. His 2nd base is up earlier than the Protoss' 2nd base, so thumbs up for that. 3rd base coming in here too, way before 3rd base is starting from Stats. So I mean, look, SHIN's not... It didn't crush him to do that. It's not like he's hopelessly, woefully behind here or anything, right? He's totally cool. We've got a bunch of Lings out, which... having a bunch of Lings here, to be honest with you. What are you going to do? I guess he's going to try to cancel the 3rd base that doesn't exist yet. 2 Adepts are ready to shut this thing down anyway. I mean, 2 Adepts getting surrounded would die, but this Oracle on the field, Oracle's name is Bettina. And, oh gosh, Ling, they're going to kill these Adepts. That Oracle's got 6 kills. So, I mean, what was that? 2 Adepts for 9 Lings. You know what? Good trade. Trading out gas units for things that are just solely minerals is going to be a good trade in my book. SHIN's doing okay. He's doing all right here. He expressed some lack of confidence by going for that proxy hatch against Stats. I like he's being active and super annoying with these Lings. I like that he's forcing Stats to pay attention to what's going on over here. Yeah, the Lings know they're not killing this pylon. Absolutely not. But keeping the Oracle over here is good. Oracle on the other side is bad news. But look, we got multiple queens and spores at the we'll call that the 3rd base. 1 queen, 1 spore at the main, 1 queen, 1 spore at the natural. You are probably going to want more than 1 queen and 1 spore at the base if there's 2 oracles cruising in here, but we'll see how these oracles do. Ooh, sniping a drone that's transferring? No, they don't go for it. They don't go for it. Alright, so there you go. 3 drones down. Even though there's 2 queens and a spore there, man. 3 drones down. Pam, pam, pam. Pam, pam, param here. Pam, 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 param. What is that? Oh, that's Witcher 3. That's some NPC, like, idle dialogue that they programmed into, like, so many of the NPCs in the game. Pam, 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 param. Like some drunk dude in a town you're visiting as Geralt of Rivia. And then you hear that a gajillion times in your playthrough in The Witcher 3. Incredible game, by the way. Highly recommended by the Falcon Paladin household. Depths get into the natural base. Good drone pull. Lings get a pretty decent surround here. Not the greatest one I've ever seen. The Adepts are going to shade, and no, one of them escapes. Yeah, one of them barely escapes. Oracles cruise in. Spore says, get out. So there have been drones killed here. 8 of them. SHIN gonna try to do his best to go ahead and, why? To try to get that drone count built back up. Look, man. It's difficult. You can Banelings, yes. If you have Baneling support, you could probably do this. But just, you know, 8 or 9 Speedlings at the 3rd base at this point. If it was another Protoss player, again, if it was somebody who's terrible, absolutely. But it is stats. But it is stats. 4th base down the left side here from SHIN. He was up on base count, right? And now he is trying to get up on base count further, but he's even on base count now, and he's going to be for a minute here. And he has been for a minute, too. So it's 71 to 63 worker. SHIN has been really droning up quite nicely. Stalker, 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 stalker. Blink on the way here from stats. And at this stage, SHIN is the last Zerg player in GSL Season 1. Dark got knocked out. Solar got knocked out. Rogue is in military. So the entire hopes of every Zerg player who's rooting for Zerg in GSL, the hopes are on SHIN here, and Stats is just going to go ahead and throw up a 4th base of his own. No big deal. You know, SHIN's 4th base isn't done yet, but Stats' 4th base is now warping in. No big deal. Revelation gets tossed down. Hydralisk's on the way. Okay. All right, all right. I like this idea here from SHIN. Get a bunch of Hydras out. Do a bunch of damage. Hydras can trade well, especially if they have Speedling support against Stalkers. Hydra Ling, like tale as old as time. Hydra Ling against Gateway units, good. Like in the Brood War days, really good too. You need splash damage to do with Hydra Ling. You need some of that Storm, which is on the way. Some Disruptors, which could be on the way. Colossus is going to be really, really good against that, too. I was going to say pretty good against that, but it's insanely good against that. Creep spread a little bit anemic here. I'm assuming some tumors died up in this general area. Yeah, one of these tumors died at least. This one definitely could spread. But we're going to go for a Ling Roach Ravager Hydra bust off of 3 bases. 108 to 55 army supply. Holy crap, SHIN. Okay, double the army supply. What does Stats have exactly? He's got 16 Stalkers and 3 Oracles and 4 High Templar that don't have Storm yet. So, alright, this is looking a little bit dicey. Taking down this pylon would be good. Ooh, Stasis trigger. They're trying to surround that Stalker. Oracle's trying to burn down what they can. SHIN marching in. Marching into the natural base. The Storm finishes, though, and Storm's getting on top of these units. Storm good against all of this stuff. Stalkers trading out. The Storm thinning these ranks. There's a tiny bit of Zerg left. They decide to leave. Well, they decided to come back and try to snipe down an Archon, which is, there you go. Archon is dead. Hydra damage against Archons is so good. Another Archon is going to go down here. One Ravager having a pretty good time. 9 kills on that dude inside the natural base of Stats. It's a little bit of chaos here. 12 probes have died. But the Stalker count is a little bit hefty. It is still 74 to 30 army supply in favor of SHIN. Where is it, though? He's making 10 roaches. That's a big part of it. He's got a bunch of roaches cruising down here to try to wipe out this 4th base of Stats where the army isn't. The Army's trying to protect the first, second, and third bases by holding this area, but that means there's not a lot down here except for cannons and shield batteries, and a stasis, which are actually pretty good against a handful of roaches, it turns out. More Ravagers coming up back home. Worker count is 70 to 65. Shin has a lead here. Can Shin pull this off, everybody? He did kill a ton of probes. 15 of them went down, avenging the 8 drones that have died and doubling up the worker lost count for Protoss. And by Protoss, I mean stats. We should never call stats the Protoss. He has stats. Now, this is a halfway, you know, kind of locked up. Oh, never mind, doesn't matter. Not as much of a choke as I thought. Slow Zealot's not going to be super great against Roach Ravager. Charge is like 50% done. These Zealots are like, we're usually better here. Storm is always better here, though. Always better here. The Roaches, oh, get in here. Get stasised. And then we warp in some Stalkers to deal with them when they come out of jail. Oh, that's so good. That is so good from stats. Dude, Charge is going to finish. That's going to make a massive difference in this game. Yeah, I mean, target firing a few of these workers is nice. Okay, there we go. Speedlings, there it is. Getting some nice surrounds on these Stalkers, forcing them to blink into that mineral line. The High Templars show up, get some storms off, turn into an Archon, which is very close to death. It gets pushed down the ramp by its friends. And all right, 7 more probes died here. It is 70 to 65 workers. Shin still has double the army supply on stats. 95 to 38. He's got, okay, units up in the natural base. He's got stuff attacking the third base. The fourth base still has a Roach at it. That's a 7-kill Roach. That's like as good as you could possibly expect to be as a Roach in a game of StarCraft, especially against stats. Warping in charge lots to try to deal with this stuff is stats. Shin's like, oh, no, we can pull a new position. Yeah, that's a good spot, actually. Zealots can't... No surround possible here, you charge lots. Okay, all right. +1 missile attack is done. +1 ground attack is done here for stats, too. All right, workers are done. Dude, is Shin kind of sort of doing this? I gotta say, I did not expect this game to be going as well as it is for Shin. He's kind of stuck on Roach Ravager tech, though. He's got Hydra tech available. Not that he's got 1 Hydralisk. That's hilarious, by the way. 1 Hydra in this group. It's like an accidental Hydralisk. Yeah, Storm on the clumped up Zergy Zerg. Rosabile's trying to land. Shin just all-inning here, man. But he's at 70 workers. It's not even an all-in if you have 70 drones and 4 bases. Dude, Stats is just holding like an absolute boss here. He is showtiming the wall strategy here out of this group. Getting picked off. Oh, there's an Immortal now, too. That's great. This group doing pretty well. The Blink Micro insane. Warping in more units as he can. More Lings being produced. +2 missile attack. Finishing up here, too. Maybe waiting for that and then going back in. Baneling Nest on the way. Baneling Nest, like I said, it would have been good. Some of these earlier attacks, he falls back. 81 to 50 army supply. 69 to 57 workers. Oversaturating this 4th base like crazy. Really needs another hatch at some point here. Just really does. Finds an Overlord to kill. Vent his frustrations here is stats. I mean, this is incredible. All right, man. Shin's doing a lot better than I thought he would. 5th base coming in for him. I feel like that could have been better a little bit earlier, but he was really just spending all of his cash and all of his larva and everything he had on this tier 2 stuff. Right? We're not making infestors. We're not making any vipers. We're just kind of here on lair tech. Trying to expand out again. Get upgrades. Get a +1 melee attack upgrade, right? Get centrifugal hooks. Why don't ya? Both players just kind of hanging. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right, man. Here comes stats. He's got Archons. He has Stalkers. He's got Storm. He's got Leja Templar. I don't know. I like this position from Shin actually quite a bit. Ooh, Corrosive Bile sniping down an Archon there. Stats. I don't know about coming up this ramp into this, but... Oh, look at that. Pre-dodge. Ooh, he's pre-dodging storms here. These Banes are very injured, and they all die on Archons, I think. Not great. Not exactly fantastic, I would argue. Stats is down 106 to 87 army supply, but he's got tier 3 stuff, man. Oh, on the other side. Oh, that Baneling train. Wiping out a whole ton of probes. That's what happened down here, too. Yo! 91 to 83. It's 64 to 36 workers. Ravagers. Good answer to pretty much all of this. Corrosive Vials get the Warp Prism, but blinking on top is Stats. He feels like he can win this battle. Lings are chomping away at his Stalkers. The Ravagers pouring an extra damage here, too, but oh my gosh, is it just not enough? SHIN! SHIN! Oh, get that Immortal. He's trying to get the Immortal. No, GG. Stats! Stats is the winner. Oh, SHIN. SHIN. He played well. Look at this. Stats has 36 probes at the end of this game. 36. But it's 64 to 26 workers. No, that's lost. I'm an idiot. It's 52 to 36 workers. Yeah, SHIN has a ton of workers, a ton of bases. He just doesn't have enough army to handle the Protoss death ball that is on his front door. Absolutely incredible. Like, incredible play here from Stats. He weathered the Zerg Storm for, 13 minutes. Lost a bunch of probes. Didn't lose any bases, which was key. No Nexuses died today. But did lose 3 Warp Gates, 5 Shield Batteries. The Cyber Core died hilariously. But at the end of the day, was able to march across the map with splash damage, with Archons, with Immortals, tier 3 stuff, and deal with his tier 2 army of SHIN at 15 minutes. And I mean, that's sometimes how you play PvZ. Just deal with early aggression. I don't know, SHIN going away from Hydras, although the Storm was there and they are extra squishy. I don't know. 100 Roaches died, though. Good grief, that's a lot of Roach. Resources lost here, too, 31,000 and 24,000. So, it's tough. It's going to be tough. SHIN, I mean, had better income here over the last 5 minutes, but didn't have enough stuff to overcome the tier 3 plays of Stats. And that's going to be the issue, man. So, GG. That is, I mean, maybe not an unexpected outcome here, Stats. Like, one of the greatest players of all time, maybe the best Protoss player of all time, taking down SHIN. He's SHIN. Good. He's just nowhere near this, right? And that's okay. We don't all have to be anywhere near Stats. All right, man. So GG, and that's a Patreon cast, by the way. For those of you who support me on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin for at least $1 a month, I appreciate you. If you're watching this on Patreon, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I'm here 6 times a week with StarCraft 2 content. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. So thanks for watching. Check me out at Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching.